Doug Shepard is an entrepreneur, a husband, and a father. Over his 40-year professional career, Doug has established multiple businesses in diverse industries. He has been involved in his community in a number of ways. Most recently, Doug was a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives in California 41st Congressional District. That experience opened his eyes to the realities of American political campaigns. Today, he will address what he learned about our system of campaign finance. Doug will share some of his experiences and explain why the system is broken and offer some solutions. Speaking for 5 to 7 minutes on the topic, It's Your Money, so why don't you have a say in how it's spent? Welcome with me, Doug Shepard.
Mr. Toastmaster, Toastmasters, fellow guests. I ran for the House of Representatives. Now I say it that way because it's important, the distinction that we understand that it's the U.S. House of Representatives. We'll come back to that. We're going to talk today a little bit about my experiences during the campaign. There was many great experiences, met great people. But I'd like to share with you just for a minute what a day would be like as a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives. Wake up early, your campaign manager's already given you a list of places to be and do. You get up, you go, you get ready, you put on your suit, kind of like this one. You go, you meet your wife, you kiss her, you say, I'll see you, I don't know when, but I'm back, I'll be back tonight sometime. You go off and your first thing is a breakfast meeting. And you say, hi, I'm Doug Shepard, I'm running for Congress. Hi, I'm Doug Shepard, I'm running for Congress. Hi, I'm Doug Shepard, I'm running for Congress. Maybe you get an opportunity to speak. If you do, you talk about, hey, both my grandfathers were coal miners, and you go on and you tell your story. But you always end with, we need your support. We need you to come out and walk and knock. We need you to make calls for us, and we need your money. So you leave that event, and then you go off to your next event. Now you may meet with staff, but then you're at a luncheon. And the luncheon is, hi, I'm Doug Shepard. Hi, I'm Doug Shepard. Hi, I'm Doug Shepard. Hi, I'm Doug Shepard. Both my grandfathers were coal miners, or both my coal miners were grandfathers. I don't know. At this point, you've been saying it so many times, and you're out, but at the end of it, you're always, I need your support. I need your money. You hand out a card. Hey, hit our website, send us some money, give us some checks, that kind of thing. Then after lunch, every day, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, this is what you do. Go down the list. Bill and Mary. Ring, ring, ring. Hi, Bill. How are you? Great. How's Mary? Oh, great. The kids? Great. Hey, how's the golf game? Oh, wonderful. Hey, Bill. By the way, I'm Doug Shepard. I'm running for Congress. And Bill, you know what? We're trying to get a mailer out. We need a little bit of money. You know, I saw you helped us out the first round, a couple $100. You know, we really need $2,700. That'll max out. Well, how about $2,000? Well, okay, how about $500? Bill, can you hit the site and just give us $5, $10? Yeah. Say hi to Mary. Click.
Oh my goodness.
Jim, how are you? How's Betty? How's the golf game? And so on and so on. Hey, can you send me $2,700? No, you can't. $2,500. Okay, $100. Can we come by and get a check? Oh, that's a corporate check, Bill. I can't take. Or Bob, or who am I talking to? Jim, can I get some money out of you? Can we go over? No, it's a corporate check. No, we have to put it in your personal account. No, Jim, it's not tax deductible. No. Oh, okay, well, hit the site, will you? And we'll see you. It goes on and on and on for 3 hours. Then you go to another event in the evening, and it's the same type of thing, and it goes on. In reality, I experienced 75% of my time, 75% of my time was raising money. It was asking for money. It was asking from individuals, and it was asking from big donors. Now, when I say big donors, there is a donor class in every community. The donor class gets involved in campaigns. That donor class gives money at the maximum of that is allowed under law. In a congressional campaign, that's $2,700 for an individual, which means a married couple could give $5,400 per cycle, which means for the primary and the general, means $10,400. Wow, Wow, it sounds like a lot, huh? Well, you have to go to that donor class, and that donor class is generally successful business people or people that have had some level of success, and they want a return on investment. So now, today, contributions are not tax deductible. What is tax deductible? Charitable giving is. So they look at you and they look at your numbers and they say, boy, you're a great guy. You speak well. Look at that suit. You look great. You're a great candidate. I back you and your party. But the numbers just aren't there, Don. Sometimes they'd say that. Sometimes they'd say, yeah, we'll get back to you. Then they'd go talk to a friend, some of those influencers, and they say, you know what? You know what? Doug's really great, but at some point he's just not going to make it because of the numbers. So they don't send money. So it's very difficult. I share that with you because that's the reality. There is a donor class, there are individuals, and then there's corporate. Corporate giving is a problem because in the congressional campaign, in the federal, corporations cannot give. If you have a law practice that's incorporated, you cannot write a check out of that to a candidate, a federal candidate. So I have to go and get you to convert that into personal funds, which is not tax deductible. And you want a return on investment. Okay? So that's what I did all day. Now, here's where we're at in this process. Today, corporate money dominates the campaigns. Corporate money, meaning trade unions and large corporations. That money can be directed towards PACs to generally give money to a cause, but not individuals. So, my job every day was not just that I explained earlier, but also to go to big donors and corporations and ask for money. And again, they wanted a return on investment. That is where our system is broken. It is geared towards incumbents who have something to sell, and I don't use that in a derogatory way, something to sell, which is a vote or support of an institution, a corporation, and even large things that you may even support, like churches. Now, in reality, who's being cut out of this scenario? You are. You're being cut out because our ear, as a candidate, is constantly focused on the bigger money. It will cost $1 million to win a congressional campaign. My opponent raised $900,000 and had $1 million in his war chest. I raised about $80,000. I put much more of my own into the campaign. So my voice wasn't getting heard the way his voice was getting heard. And that incumbent then became part of the system that that tilts our campaign and our representative system towards the big money donors. When we give money, you and I, we give money primarily to campaigns or to one candidate that we support and we trust. Corporations give it to both sides. Big corporations. Now we think that we have big donors. The Hunts come to mind. Soros on the Democratic side, the Hunts on the conservative side. Those people are very little, although they get a lot of press, they get very little money to a candidate. The real money comes from trade unions, comes from big business. And what are the big businesses today? They're the regulated businesses, the businesses that Congress or someone in a position can regulate or affect their business. So let's tie this together. The problem is that money comes from places that do not represent you. And I said that the U.S. House of Representatives is instructive. Did you know that the Senate was never set up, the U.S. Senate was never set up to represent you? It was set up to represent the states, governments. That's why, until 1913, the Senate wasn't even elected by the people, it was elected by the state Senates. The U.S. House of Representatives is there to represent you. There's 700,000 people in a district, and those people need representation to the federal government. At the end of the process, today, because of the way campaigns are run, very little money comes from you. So I see that I'm going over time. I want to tie this together. The reality is that we need to change campaign the way things are financed here, because they're tilted towards special interests. How could we do that? One of the ways that I believe is to take your money, and what is your money? It is tax money. Tax money is not the government's money, it's your money. So what I propose is that we take $200 for everybody over 18 years of age from out of the taxes they've paid and give it back to them for the purpose of them being able to give that $200 to a candidate or a party that they wish to do. What would that do? It would change the balance. 80,000 people voted for me. If half of those people had given me $200, now remember, it's their money, not the government giving it back. It's not vouchers from the government. It's not government money financing campaigns. It's giving it back to you so you could give it to me or a candidate of your choice so that I then could do what with it? Finance a campaign. So half of them, $40,000. Anybody want to figure out what $200 times 40,000 is?
800,000.
It's $800,000. $800,000 would be a great equaler. My opponent gets most of his money from trade unions and special interests out of the state. It would give everybody a democracy, a real representative, so that I could go be holding to the people that gave me my 200 each and not the large trade union that's going to support me. Forgive me for going over time. It's so important that I felt that we needed to share this with you. Remember, your House of Representatives needs you to support them to be your representative, not the representative of special interests. Thank you.